So today I want to talk about more Bananza forms we could potentially get in Donkey Kong Bananza, because I was looking at the skill tree when I was talking about the direct the other day, and I saw that it looks like there's going to possibly be 5 different Bananza forms, because the ones that we know so far is the Kong Bananza, we know the Ostrich Bananza, and of course we know the Zebra Bananza. So I wanted to speculate the possible other Bananza forms we could potentially get, and I have about 6 that I thought of that could potentially happen. If they don't, that's fine. I mean, I'm just speculating at the end of the day. And if you guys have any ideas of your own when it comes to Bananza forms that you could potentially see in the game that makes sense for them to be included here, be sure to let me know down below. And also let me know how they would work in the game as well when it comes to what Donkey Kong could do. So the very first thing I do want to talk about is the Swordfish Bananza first, and I picture Donkey Kong transforming into a swordfish, and I can see him navigating underwater levels with precision, and this form would let me ride ocean currents to reach new areas and manipulate water to solve puzzles like redirecting flows to open paths. And it would just be a unique way to explore the game's aquatic environments unlike anything else in Donkey Kong's moveset. And the mechanics would focus on environmental control. I would imagine he would have a bull thrust move that shifts water currents to move objects such as floating platforms. Upgrades could include a bubble pulse to push enemies away, or a current sense ability to highlight rideable flows. And these abilities would make swimming feel strategic, not just about moving fast. And for the gameplay, the Swordfish Bananza would be perfect for aquatic exploration. I would use it to navigate complex water mazes or adjust currents to reveal collectibles, and it would shine in puzzles where I need to redirect water to activate switches, offering a fresh challenge. And this form would make underwater levels feel like a distinct part of the adventure. Next, let's talk about the Lion Bananza. And I envision Donkey Kong transforming into a majestic lion commanding attention in open savanna levels. This form would allow me to control areas with a powerful roar, stunning enemies, or activating environmental triggers. It's about presence and influence, not just fighting, making it feel like I'm leading the charge through the game's challenges. The mechanics would center on sound-based abilities. I picture a roar that temporarily freezes enemies, letting me plan my next move. Upgrades might include a louder roar to activate distinct switches like lowering bridges, or a pounce to cross small gaps without relying on speed, and these features would make every action feel commanding and deliberate. Levels for this form could include open plains and with scattered ruins, where I'd use the roar to stun enemies or trigger mechanisms like collapsing walls to reveal paths, creating a unique atmosphere. And then the gameplay, the Lion Bananza would excel in crowd control and in environmental puzzles, and I rely on it to manage groups of enemies during ambushes or to activate switches from afar to progress. It'd be great for levels with multiple paths where I could use the roar to clear obstacles strategically. Activating a distinct platform with a well-timed roar would feel so satisfying, making this form a standout for tactical play. Now I want to explore the Giraffe Bananza. When I think of Donkey Kong as a giraffe, I picture a form designed for interacting with distinct objects in tall, open levels. This transformation will let me scan environments from a high vantage point and use my long neck to manipulate far-off items, like pulling levers. It's about observation and reach, offering a fresh way to navigate the game's world. The mechanics would emphasize range interaction. I'd like a neck reach move to grab objects such as keys or finds from a distance, and upgrades could include a scan ability to highlight interactable items or a neck push to nudge heavy objects like crates into place. And these abilities would make exploration feel thoughtful and engaging, and levels might feature tall structures like cliffs or giant trees, with puzzles requiring me to reach distant switches or spot hidden paths from above, creating a visually striking setting. For gameplay, the Giraffe Bananza would be ideal for exploration and puzzle solving, and I'd use it to access high collectibles or manipulate objects to open new routes, like pulling a vine to rise a platform. It would shine in levels with layered designs, where spotting a solution from a giraffe's height feels rewarding. Solving a puzzle by reaching a far off lever would make this form essential for creative level navigation. Now let's move to the Crocodile Bananza, and I imagine Donkey Kong transforming into a crocodile for swampy levels, focusing on stealth and tactical movement. This form would let me hide in water to avoid detection and use precise strikes to clear obstacles like tangled roots. It's a strategic transformation perfect for navigating murky environments without relying on brute force. The mechanics would prioritize stealth. I picture submergibility to sink into the water, avoiding enemy sight lines. Upgrades might include a silent strike to disable enemies quietly, or a tail flick to clear small barriers like debris. And levels would include murky pools and dense vegetation, with challenges like sneaking past patrols or clearing blockages to progress, creating a tense atmospheric experience. In the gameplay, the Crocodile Bananza would excel in stealth-based challenges, and I'd use it to bypass enemy camps or remove obstacles quietly to access new areas. It would be great for levels with hidden routes where sneaking through water reveals secret collectibles. Executing a perfect ambush would feel thrilling, making this form a key part of my strategy for tricky sections. Next is the Spider Bananza, where I envision Donkey Kong as a spider. I see a form built for creating paths in a cave or jungle levels. This transformation will let me spin webs to trap enemies or build temporary bridges, focusing on utility over movement, and it's a creative way to interact with the environment, offering unique solutions to the game's challenges. Mechanics would center on web-based tools. I'd want a web shoot move to blind enemies or create platforms across gaps, and upgrades can include a sticky trap to hold enemies longer, or a web anchor to pull objects closer like collectibles. Levels might include rocky walls and open caverns, with puzzles requiring webs to block hazards or connect platforms, creating a distinct eerie setting. For the gameplay, the Spider Bananza would be perfect for environmental puzzles and tactical combat. I'd use it to create paths over chasms or trap enemies during fights, and it would shine in levels with complex terrain. But building a web bridge to reach a collectible feels clever. Solving a puzzle by anchoring a web to move an object would make this form a standout for creative problem solving. Finally, let's discuss the Dragon Bananza, a unique form for the final boss fight. I picture Donkey Kong unlocking this transformation to face the game's ultimate enemy. As a dragon, Donkey Kong would dominate the battlefield with fury attacks, designed for a climatic showdown, and this form feels like the peak of his journey, reserved for the game's most intense movement. The mechanics would focus on area control. I imagine a fire burst attack that clears enemies in a wide radius, paired with a tail slam to disrupt the boss's attacks. A shield of flames could deflect projectiles, ensuring survival in a chaotic fight, and these abilities would make the battle feel epic and focused. In the narrative, I see the Dragon Bananza as a spirit form granted by the Bananza's magic core. This happens before the final battle, tying into the story's climax. The boss arena would be a dramatic ruin or volcanic crater with hazards like lava pools that require careful positioning, creating a high-stakes environment. For gameplay, the Dragon Bananza would be the key to winning the final fight. I'd use the fire burst to manage minions, and the tail slam to expose the boss's weak points. The fight might involve dodging massive attacks while countering strategically, making the game's ending unforgettable and rewarding. So those are the forms that I could potentially see in Donkey Kong Bananza. Could they happen? Sure. Are they a little bit wild? Yeah. Are some of them a little bit weird and don't really fit? Yeah, that as well. But I just wanted to have fun here, just think about all the kinds of possibilities that we could potentially get here. I mean, everything I discussed today in this video could be wrong, and we could be getting something completely different, and that's fine. But that's just the whole fun about making these kind of speculation videos. You just think about the most wildest things ever, and you just share them with people and hear their thoughts on it as well. Which actually brings me to my next point. What sort of Bananza forms could you guys potentially see in this game? Like, let me know all of the thoughts that you guys have. Like, ever since you saw that Bananza forms were going to be a thing in Donkey Kong Bananza, let me know what sort of ideas that you guys came up with your head, and let me know how they work. I would absolutely love to hear it in the comment section down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, as always, be sure to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you guys want to follow me on my social media, make sure to follow me on my X, my Instagram, my TikTok, and Facebook. All the links to those are located in the description below. Also, if you guys want to join my Discord server so you could talk to me and other people, make sure to do so. The link is located in the comment section down below. I pinned that. We could talk more about video games, horror, cartoons, TV shows, movies, so it'd be super awesome if you guys join the server. Also, be sure to click on that bell for notifications so you guys are notified whenever I drop a video on the channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, wherever the day may be, if it's the daytime, the nighttime, or the evening. And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.